Why do narcissists accuse you of cheating all the time? Why does your narcissistic leech always accuse you of cheating?
Have you ever found yourself on the receiving end of wild accusations of infidelity when you know you've been faithful? Does your narcissistic leech of a partner constantly insist you're playing away from home, even though you would never dream of it? Well, sit down and get ready as we sink our teeth into why narcissists seem to love lobbing cheating allegations your way. Let's kick things off with an eye-opening cold, hard truth. When a narcissist accuses you of cheating, it's often their sneaky way of confessing they are the real cheat in the relationship. We're talking projection so huge MX is suing for copyright infringement. You see, your narcissistic jerk sees fidelity and monogamy more as guidelines than actual rules. They feel entitled to pursue their selfish impulses without consequence, so they frequently engage in all manner of infidelity behind your back. Of course, the ShamWow salesman of relationship partners can never take accountability for their actions. So they try to flip the script and divert suspicion by pointing their bony finger at you. Accusing you first muddies the water and puts you on the defensive, so their myriad cheating sins get overlooked. It's manipulation right out of the narcissist playbook: deflect, attack, and reverse victim offender roles. Oldest trick in the book, folks. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. If you've been wrongly accused of cheating, that begs the question, is your narcissistic accuser actually the one getting some side action they're trying to cover up? I wouldn't blame you one bit for having some doubts given their extreme hypocrisy. Well, rather than torture yourself with suspicion, I've got the perfect lie detector test to sniff out any narcissistic hanky-panky. It's a video called
Narcissism and Infidelity Compulsions: 6 Signs a Narcissist or Toxic Person is Cheating What to Do.
I'll link it below. Give that puppy a watch, and it will expose once and for all if your shady partner fails the faithfulness test. Then you can dump their sorry cheating butt and rest in peace. Now, sometimes the accusations aren't outright confessions of their own atomic blonde-level double agent antics. Often, it's just them projecting their biggest insecurities onto you. They know how often they play house behind your back, so their warped minds assume you must be getting some side action too. Makes about as much sense as screen doors on a submarine, but paranoid delusions rarely line up sensibly. Other times, the baseless allegations are just their attempt to crack the whip and keep you in line. They make up charges of cheating to bully you into compliance and sabotage your normal interactions. Next thing you know, you're walking on eggshells, cutting off friendships, and turning down job offers for fear of stoking their suspicions. Which is right where your controlling narcissist wants you isolated and dependent only on them. What a mind warp, right? Gets you questioning reality and your own judgment. But have no fear, Dr. Truthsayer is here to lead you out of the mental maze and shed more light on why narcissists seem to always be dusting for imaginary cheating fingerprints.
Why do narcissists project their cheating onto you?
Narcissists gone a narcissist. And one big narcissistic pastime is philandering behind their partner's back. They just can't seem to help themselves from developing crushes, emotional affairs, full-on flings, double lives, you name it. Their reasons for compulsively cheating are multi-layered, but essentially: 1. They feel entitled to pursue their impulses and seek validation however they want, and 2. They have zero empathy, so don't care about hurting you. Simple as that. Now catch them in the act, however, and that's when their defense systems fire on all cylinders. They don't want to come clean, take accountability, or, heaven forbid, actually change their ways. So what's their diversion tactic of choice for getting the heat off their activities? Ding, ding, ding. Accusing you of cheating, of course. They figure if they point the finger first, they can skirt any suspicions floating their way. It's basically getting their retaliation in early before you hear the truth about their backdoor shenanigans. Definitely page 1 stuff from the narcissist playbook. This blowing smoke tactic is known as projection in psychology speak. Whatever misdeeds the narcissist is guilty of themselves, they just project them onto you instead. Poof, in their simple minds at least, now you're the one carrying the cheating baggage. Let's say Lothario Leech casts his roving eye on an attractive new barista at his local coffee shop. Being a textbook narcissist, he believes he's entitled to pursue this interest regardless of your relationship status. So he starts flirting with her every morning when he grabs his triple mocha pumpkin spice latte with an extra shot, throwing out comments about her eyes, asking invasive questions about her dating life. You know, just friendly stuff. Gradually texts start getting swapped, and next thing you know, Lothario Leech is treating her to mentoring coffee dates behind your back. Or as the rest of humanity calls them, cheating rendezvous. During this time, Mr. Leech probably starts acting shifty with his phone. Maybe he accuses you of spying on him out of nowhere. Insists it's you who seems distant and suspicious lately. Then one morning, after creeping home post-coffee date, he angrily demands to snoop through your text messages, claiming he senses you're up to something and this is the only way to put his mind at ease. In reality, of course, he's just desperately trying to deflect attention from the aroma of infidelity wafting his way. You get the idea. Narcissists project their own underhanded deeds onto you as a way to escape accountability for their misbehavior. It muddies the waters just enough that they can keep operating in the shade like the dodgy used car salesmen they are.
Why do narcissists accuse you of cheating so much?
We've established narcissists are frequently guilty of everything from emotional affairs all the way to full-fledged second families. That's just how they roll. But why then do they seem so quick to accuse you of cheating at the slightest opportunity? Kind of ironic given their proclivity to bounce around the bedroom like a pinball. No. Well, turns out constantly accusing you of playing away from home serves several manipulation goals for your narcissistic nuisance. For starters, catching you on the back foot with cheating allegations keeps suspicion at bay from their own philandering ways. Hard to bust their ass when they're so busy trying to frame yours. Second, accusing you of cheating helps gaslight you into believing you're the one in the wrong. This disorientation serves to mask their duplicity. With your head spinning, the narcissist escapes further scrutiny, free to keep catting around. And finally, allegations of cheating are their way to train you like a circus animal to stay in line. If any old mundane thing, like a work drinks or gym selfie, can spark accusations of affairs, you'll become afraid to do anything social without their approval. Your world thus shrinks down to just orbiting around them, which is just how narcissists like it. So in summary, accusing you of cheating, however spurious, helps them manipulate truth, tie your emotions in knots, and assert further control. Textbook narcissistic stuff. The most innocent interaction can trigger their accusations laughing with a bartender, chatting with a former classmate, at the shop's almost anything. See, narcissists have God complexes and consider their partners mere extensions of themselves. You don't get to have an independent identity. They also see others as threats trying to steal their possessions. This breeds extreme jealousy and paranoia. Point being, any suggestion in their warped minds you might developing interests beyond them sends narcissists into DEFCON 1 freakout mode. Out come the utterly unfounded allegations, you must be playing them behind their back.
Narcissistic insecurity and paranoia drives cheating accusations too.
Not all allegations stem from the narcissist directly covering their own tracks, however. Sometimes it's just their pathological relationship insecurity and paranoia running rampant. You see, despite their grandiose egos, narcissists suffer from paper-thin self-esteem deep down. They rely on constant external validation to reassure their false selves. Having such tenuous self-worth means they need to squash any behavior that threatens their ego supply or provokes nagging fears you might leave them first for someone else. Stuff like you being friendly with another guy or not responding to texts immediately. So rather than process feelings constructively, they project their extreme insecurity out as accusations instead. Cover up fragility by going on the attack. Barking unfounded allegations also serves to manipulate your behavior too, of course. Being continually accused of cheating makes you anxious to avoid any appearance of wrongdoing. You give up male friends, guard your phone like Fort Knox, disclose every minute detail of your day, which is just how supremely insecure narcissists like it. Have you jumping through hoops to assuage their emotional hall monitors? The irony burns so bad even aloe vera can't help with this one though. See, it's narcissists themselves who leave lifelong trails of infidelity, engage in shady behavior, and deceive without remorse. They should be the ones fretting their partners straying in disgust. But self-awareness fails them yet again. They project their worst traits and insecurities onto you instead. If they suspect all their partners cheat, it must be true you're cheating too, right? Talk about some upside-down clown world crazy-making. It would almost be funny if it weren't so damaging being accused of false betrayals left and right. So in summary, underneath the projections lies tremendous narcissistic relationship anxiety, jealousy, and fear of abandonment. You threatening their ego supply and property status quo sends them into defensive accusation overdrive to keep you prisoner.
Cheat allegations give narcissists an easy way to control you.
Why let truth get in the way of a good bout of narcissistic manipulation? As we've covered, allegations of cheating need not be based in reality whatsoever. But that sure doesn't stop narcissistic controllers from lobbing this specific allegation your way. Time and time again too. See, accusations of infidelity make for prime narcissist manipulation fodder. Easy ammunition to whip you into subservience and obedience with threat of relationship extinction. From their perspective, allegations of an affair check all the narcissistic control boxes. it's nearly impossible to prove innocence of something that didn't happen. So you're forever fighting upstream. The mere suggestion totally distracts you from holding them accountable for any sketchy behavior, forces you to disclose endless details about daily interactions to provide reassurance, makes you afraid to have normal social connections or activities for fear of stirring accusations again. Pretty hard to catch wise to a narcissist's mind games when you're so busy defending your own integrity and racing to placate their insecurities, right?
Cheat accusations also mess massively with your emotions too.
You question your own memories and perception of reality, makes you anxious whenever you assert any needs that inconvenience them, guilts you into giving up more freedoms and independence, short-circuits your emotions so you're reactive vs setting boundaries. Such a potent control tactic for malignant narcissists to keep empathic partners continually unbalanced and on eggshells. And when you're stressed out pacifying them all the time, harder to recognize the manipulation at play. Then the final nail in the coercion coffin, the threat of ruining the relationship your narcissist knows you value so highly. Even hinting you might be cheating presses those codependent buttons hard. So you rush to make things right, even when you've done nothing wrong.
Why do narcissists care if you cheat? Aren't they promiscuous?
For beings apparently indifferent to plowing through partners like rototillers in spring, you'd think narcissists wouldn't care much about your theoretical infidelity, right? After all, they are the poster kids for self-indulgent promiscuity. But despite their moral looseness, turns out narcissists very much do care if you dare exercise the same sexual freedoms, or at least appear to in their paranoid, projection-prone minds. See, in their eyes, you exist solely for their ego gratification and service. You belong to them, not the other way around. They're overtly territorial and consider any attention given to third parties as theft. They also perceive other people expressing interest in you as criticism of their superiority, unthinkable. Their oversensitive egos just can't handle the potential blow of maybe, just maybe, not being the superlative god in your universe for once. Narcissists also hate whenever reality contradicts the flawless image they demand. So if the perfect partner they bragged about no longer grovels at their feet, it pokes holes in their facade. And well, the final nail is that despite their own wanton ways, turns out narcissists still crave loyalty too in their convoluted fashion. Everyone likes to feel special after all. So in short, even the most morally questionable narcissists still hold you to you see H higher fidelity standards than themselves. If you dare exercise the same sexual freedom or focus on anyone else first, prepare for punishment and ongoing suspicion.
Why do narcissists always think why you're the cheater?
At this point, you're hopefully starting to appreciate the cheek of narcissists, automatically assuming you must be cheating all the time. Pot, meet kettle much? Take some serious cognitive dissonance too, given their own bed-hopping track records. But you know narcissists anything for the ego, even if it contradicts reality 6 ways to Sunday. The narcissistic accusations really speak volumes about their profound character deficits though. Stuff like, they can't conceive of not compulsively cheating, so they assume no one else can either. They have zero impulse control when desires strike, so doubt your capacity for restraint too. Every act is self-serving for them, so true sacrificial commitment is an alien concept. If roles were reversed, they'd 100% cheat, so they suspect reciprocity. Talk about some weapons-grade projection bias informed by their fraudulent worldviews. But also consider the possibility. Maybe part of their harsh accusations over cheating stem from jealousy. They WISH. They had the integrity and maturity for committed relationships themselves. But it involves too much self-awareness and reciprocal emotional work. So they spitefully tried to taint relationships for everyone else instead by sowing seeds of distrust. Especially towards honest but vulnerable people, most likely to take their mind games seriously. Kind of that archetypal fox and grape story, where the narcissist decries long-term romantic bonds, sour, just because it eludes their grasp. In any case, rest assured their accusations reveal way more about THEIR own antisocial limitations than any of your behaviors. Their allegations shine a spotlight on their own lack of empathy, impulse control, and duplicity. Consider it yet another narcissistic self-report of their disordered personalities.
So, how do you respond to false cheating accusations?
Few things feel more infuriating and invalidating than being blamed out of left field for something you didn't do. Having your integrity impugned by someone who knows you to be loyal cuts to the core too. Especially when it's they who play so loose with truth. That said, what's the most psychologically sound way to handle their baseless allegations? First, validate yourself. Don't accept any gaslighting that tries to counterfeit reality just to keep you flustered. you don't have superhuman abilities to control others' perceptions. But you do know your own truth. Hold faith in that still, if nothing else. Next, check your impulse to overly defend yourself or provide endless proof of innocence. You shouldn't have to alibi normal mundane behaviors or beg to be believed by someone moving goalposts. If no amount of beautiful evidence seems sufficient, you're dealing with bad faith and paranoia, not genuine concern. Consider setting firmer boundaries about what accusations cross the line from productive communication, addressing any relationship insecurities. Finally, consider whether providing stable supply to someone so unreliable is worth the cost of your mental health and autonomy. Do they hold themselves to the same good faith standards about transparency and fidelity they demand from others? If not, you teach people how to treat you. And narcissists nearly always default to seeing how much further they can push limits, not reform themselves. At some point, you have to stop yielding parts of yourself to keep things peaceful. Especially when someone else so willfully stokes conflict in the first place, while offering no true compromises. I hope examining narcissistic motivations behind unfounded cheating accusations provided clarity and perhaps even some validation. I know it always helps to make sense of confusing, destructive behavior to gauge appropriate responses. Their allegations truly reveal more about THEIR relationship ethics than yours. Now, if you see manipulative patterns and know they are cheating, or you don't have proof yet, but your gut says they are and they're blaming you for cheating, then you must get support to deal with these emotional predators. If you can't find the evidence yet, but your intuition screams they are being unfaithful while pointing fingers at you, you need to watch my video.
The Art of Narcissistic Infidelity: How Narcissists Hide Affairs from You and Get Away with It.
Link below for guidance on alignment. Additional videos unveiling covert emotional abuse tactics can reinforce staying no contact and establishing boundaries. Comprehending their playbook grants power when walking away for good. Support our mission of preventing further victimization by donating or sharing these insights if they resonate. Together we can heal, raise awareness, and refuse to ignore red flags again. Our spirits deserve more than placating vampires. Now is the time for sovereignty. I believe in you. Wishing you much happiness ahead now that you're wiser to all the ways narcissists try to mess with your head and heart. Go enjoy life with a light spirit again.